What is up, Uneducated Duo Podcast fam? My name is Pablo.
And I'm Gerald.
What's up, man? How you been?
Fucking chilling, man. I got a flat tire, right? The other day. God, it was some bullshit. You know those things that like people say that you should be able to do to just kind of be like a functioning member of society, you know, like changing your fucking tire?
Mm-hmm.
I was out there. Took me like an hour to get that motherfucker off because you know how some wheels, they come with like that special lug nut?
Yeah.
And you have to have the key. So, first it took me forever to find that shit in my car. And then I found the key thing. And when I looked at it, it looked like it was stripped. Like it has like this weird, it looked like a clover type pattern or something.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was stripped, right? So I put it on there and I tried for like 30 minutes to get that motherfucker off. And I was like, it's not working. And it was pissing me off too. Because I was like, if I do it anymore, you know, like I could strip the bolt, fuck up my tire, and then have to go pay these motherfuckers at the dealership, what, $200 to do some shit? So I called them and I was like, hey, can I just go down there and you guys just pop that off for me? And they were like, yeah, but it'll cost you like $40. And I was like, $40 for you to fucking turn the lug nut for me? You guys can fuck off. And I went over to my neighbors to Conrado's house. I borrowed his what would you call that shit? Like the gun thing?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like an impact gun or whatever.
Yeah, the impact thing. But it very specifically said on that shit, don't use with gun, because like that little key thing isn't like
made for it.
Yeah, it's not like a hard ass piece of metal. It's kind of like a cheaper feeling metal. But I was like, fuck it, and I just put it on there and I popped that shit off. Got my tire changed. So
Cheap motherfucker.
Dude, it's
I'm a cheap ass too, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I already had a flat tire, right? So the only way I could get the car down there is if I got it towed. If I went to the dealership.
Yeah.
Or drive on the rim.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I
like it just wasn't holding there at all. You couldn't like fill it and then drive down there.
It was, but like way less. What my tires are supposed to be like at 38 psi or whatever, and that one would like I filled it up the day before and it went from like 38 to like 15.
In how long?
In like a day, like 24 hours.
Oh, okay, so it's like a slow leak.
Yeah, that's
so
how.
Then what'd you do after you got the tire off?
Fucking took that shit to the discount tires to get fixed for free.
Yeah. I remember I told you this shit.
It had a big ass nail in it, like not like a nail, but like a screw, like the ones that are like. They got that like serrated thing around it.
They're cool, man.
All the way in there, but the guy was like, yeah, we'll get that shit fixed in like 10 minutes, and if we can't fix it, then we'll just tell you. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, your best bet would have been to just fill it with air and take it down there, because they'll fucking worry about taking the tire off and shit.
It reminds me, though, because like, it made me feel... I did it, ultimately, and I was like, nice, I feel accomplished. But at first, I was like, this is bullshit. I've changed the tire before. Why is this car being so complicated? And then my... Like you have to be able to do shit like that. So like at work too, this girl was like, "Does anybody know how to get this drill bit off this drill?" And I swear to God, like 7 different people tried and nobody could do it. Like no.
And then you did it?
No, fuck no. I didn't even try. I was looking at it and I was like, I know it's got something to do with like holding it, and then it should pop out. But I was like, I'm not sure if you're supposed to hold it and like lower the speed and press the button or. Something.
Sometimes you need like a special tool too to release it.
Do you?
Yeah, where you shove it in there and turn. Like you won't be able to do it by just doing that shit.
Yeah, because I know for sure. I seen like I had a thought in my mind, right? Like I know if you hold it and you spin it, it should like fall out. But then at the same time, I was all like, everybody's already tried that. Like this shit's got to be special.
It only works if they didn't tighten it hard, bro, to keep it in there.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to look stupid. I was like, I don't know. You guys fucked that up. I'm not taking a turn.
Yeah.
7 people.
That's funny as fuck.
I'm cool.
Did they get it off?
No, they didn't get it off.
Fucking geniuses.
They just fucking it was like a screwdriver one, and then the girl just went and grabbed a regular screwdriver, and I was all like, why are you making us go through all this shit then if you could have just grabbed a screwdriver the whole fucking time?
Yeah, I'm still shocked nobody could get that shit off.
No, but the first kid though, he walked up to that shit hella confident, like he knew how to do it, and it didn't work, and he was like, fuck, and I was like, damn, bro, you don't know how to do that? Your man card is revoked, even though I didn't take a turn.
I was going to say, you didn't even try,
I didn't even try. I was like, fuck that.
Never even had a card.
But that's all I did, though. Just fucking change tires and shit.
Yeah, I just been working and shit. It's a trip, this job, man. I'm like back and forth like all fucking week. Like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Because, I mean, some days it's cake, bro. Sometimes you talk to some people, they're cool and shit. But then sometimes you talk to people and they're like, I would never call a place and talk to somebody like that, you know, no matter the situation.
You're not liking it?
Like I said, I'm back and forth.
Do you think it's the job, or do you think the fact that you were just out of the workforce for so long that, like, just the fucking, in general, you're like, this is
I think it's the type of job, to be honest, because, like, it takes a certain type of person to be able to do that shit. And, you know, being out of it so long, I think has something to do with it as well, you know. But I don't know. We'll see. Because, like, I've worked at other call centers and the culture here is, like, different.
Shit,
so, yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, they're, like, blasting music in the middle of the fucking pods and shit.
They're partying and shit.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, at other places, you got to be quiet walking behind somebody. Like, it's just a weird thing.
We fucking helped my sister move, bro. She's moving now. She's going to move in with my mom. And she had this fucking bed. Like, you know how some people buy those big-ass bed frames and it's got, like, big poles coming out of each corner?
Yeah,
It's all fancy looking.
Fuck.
She had one of those, right? And we were like, how the fuck? Because we took all the screws and shit out of it, right? But the pieces wouldn't come apart. We were like, they won't come apart. It felt like they were, like, glued together, right? So we grabbed this fucking, like a mallet and start hitting the fucking side of it to see if it, like, it's just
loosened,
like if it's glued or anything. And it pops off, and I guess there's, like, little pegs in them.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know if it was actually designed to be taken apart. I mean, it can come apart, but we hit a couple of them to get it off like that, and it just broke. Like, the pegs just fucking broke.
That fucking sucks.
But, and it's all good. We salvaged enough of it where, like, fucking Chivo's just going to cut off a chunk and then re-screw it there.
Uh-huh.
Because the poles are basically, like, good. All we did was kind of fuck up the very top where, like, they connect. So he's just going to chop that shit off and then reconnect it with new screws.
Sister pissed?
No, she wasn't mad. She was kind of
cool with it.
She was over it.
Yeah.
You know how moving is, dude? Once you're fucking, like, towards the end of it and, like, you're fucking exhausted because you were doing shit all day and you're like, fuck this. Dude, just throw it in the back of the truck and let's fucking go.
Yeah, I would never get a frame like that, to be honest.
It looked cool, honestly. I was looking at her shit and I was like, that's dope as fuck. But at the same time, I was like, God damn, it's a bitch. It's like too big to move down the stairs, like too huge to like do anything with. So we had to try to like break it apart.
And it also depends like how often you're moving and shit, you know? Because like for me, maybe I'd get one just because like it's a one-time thing, I hope.
Oh, yeah, because you're like permanently where you're at for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's moving in with my mom, but I doubt she'll be there for long, you know, like a year tops. So then she's going to have to fucking deassemble that shit again and fucking move it again.
Yeah, she'll definitely have to take that shit apart.
My family, dude, we're fucking procrastinators, man. When my mom moved, they didn't pack their shit. I took them boxes for like a week and a half straight, and they packed all their shit the day of or the day before. So like, it sucked. Same with my sister. Like she's like, get me some boxes. Like, all right. She didn't pack all her shit until like the day before she had to move.
Well, it fucking worked out now. Like, it's kind of stressful, right? But
it works out. But like those 2 days, man, are so stressful. You're just like, fuck. And then you got to go back and like clean that shit. Because when you move out of an apartment, you know, if you want your deposit or anything, you got to like deep clean the shit out of that motherfucker the next day.
When I helped your ass move, you didn't give a fuck, right?
Nah, I was
You're
good.
like, fuck that shit.
I felt like it was decent. I cleaned like...
How does that work when you're moving into a new place? Did you have to give a new deposit here?
No. Because it's the same apartments, my deposit just kind of...
transferred over, but didn't they take some of it?
Yeah. Well, it transferred over, and then you have to pay whatever the difference is of like if they use...
like a cleaning service and shit?
Yeah, like if they used my whole deposit to fix my old apartment, that would make me pay the whole new deposit. But my apartment was nice, bro. I never really like fucked up walls or anything. So all I really had to do was get inside that motherfucking fridge and like the oven and all that shit and like deep clean the fuck out of it. But that was it. Everything else was like pretty normal.
Yeah, I lived at these apartments one time where like the landlord was like a fucking trifling lady, bro.
She was trifling?
Because like she owned the cleaning company that would go clean them.
Oh.
So, you know, like every apartment's dirty, bro. I'm making money off every fucking
apartment.
apartment.
No matter what. Even if you go like... If If you hired a cleaning service, she'd still send in her cleaning service.
Yeah. Like, you could just fucking tell, she's just trying to make extra money off of that shit.
That's trash.
Should be
dude.
some laws against that.
I've had
something.
like fucking nightmares of that because when you try to rent a house or something like that or a duplex, whatever it is, and I've heard people tell me horror stories about like their landlords. And I've heard good stories too, but like I've always wondered like, because me and my friends have talked about like renting a house or something, but then you get there and then your landlord's a fucking dick, or like I can't imagine what it'd be like if I had neighbors who were assholes. Because I've been pretty lucky. Because in apartments, it's so close quarters, But none of my neighbors have been assholes. Like, I've been able to be as loud as I want. Fucking have a barbecue in my little, like, patio thing if I want. And nobody's cared. But I've heard stories of friends who are like, yeah, man, I live in apartments, but my fucking neighbors, they're fucking assholes. I get reports all the time. The manager's always giving me notices because I'm too loud. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just fucking playing video games, man.
Yeah, I would hate that shit too, bro. Like, I remember the apartment we lived at, people were cool too because we had my son, right? And he was like running around and shit, but nobody ever gave a fuck.
Yeah, but you said homeowners associations can be assholes like that too, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. Homeowners associations are worse because, like, if you own your own business, you got a trailer outside, they'll send you a letter saying they're going to fine you and shit if you don't put it away. If you leave your trash cans out, because there's these fucking assholes, bro, that drive around the neighborhood just looking for fucked up shit.
Like the neighborhood watch?
Yeah. Yeah, and like a couple houses down, there's this fucking house where they don't even mow. They don't give a fuck about the lawn. It's like yellow all fucking year and shit. Like, I'm sure they're getting fined and shit, but I mean, nothing's changing, so they don't give a fuck.
They have the money to be like, fuck you guys, I don't have to mow my lawn.
Yeah, well, what happens is, like, let's say you get fined and shit, and you don't pay it, then they put a lien against your property.
What's a lien?
A lien is like a charge against it. So when you ever sell it, it's basically going to be charged there because you can't sell your house without paying off a lien.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude. Like, anybody could do it. So, like, you know how Chivo owns his flooring business? Let's say he does a flooring job and they don't pay him.
Mm-hmm.
He could, like, go to the courts and put a lien against that person's house so they would never be able to sell it without paying him first.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that shit. That's crazy. Why do homeowners associations have that kind of fucking power? Like, is that like a decision made by the community? What the fuck?
It's like a community thing. Yeah. I mean, nobody really chooses it. It's like a given thing, and it's to help property values because they don't want people just fucking like living in a trashy ass house and making everybody else's house look bad.
But you only have like control.
It's worth
But do you only get to do shit if you go to the meeting then?
Yeah. You have to go to meetings to have like any sort of say in anything, right? And then they outsource the fucking maintenance anyways, so it's like a property management place that does like the landscaping, how much everybody has to pay, and somehow that shit keeps going up and up, right? And it was funny because the lady across the street mentioned it. She's like, our fucking dues are going up, but they don't even put Christmas lights out anymore. And I was like, she's fucking right, dude, because you pay like, I think I paid like $360 this year.
It's probably just the cost of like.
But then imagine $360 amongst like 100 houses. It's a big chunk of change, bro.
Like 36,000.
Yeah, and I mean, I think 20,000 of it goes to mowing for like whatever time period they need to mow because they have to mow the park and the outside areas.
It's like a contract, right, with like a company, and they like come in and do all that shit like year round or seasonal.
Yeah. Whatever the price is, like 10,000. And then they do like a night out every year, so like it's like a community meeting at the park and shit. It's all weird, bro, because, we've thrown parties at that park, but you have to ask permission to do it. They don't want jump houses there. It's fucking weird.
And if you do a jump house, you have to like allow all neighborhood kids to like partake.
No, they never said that.
We had that here where like they asked some family in the apartments was like, hey, can we do like a jump house? And the only thing the manager said was like, if you do it, you just got to know that there's other kids that live here and they're going to want to be in the jump house. And they were like, that's fine. We don't give a shit.
Yeah. My house, it's kind of weird, yeah, because kids were randomly showing up to a party.
Oh, really?
We were giving them food and shit. Yeah.
I remember that shit because you guys threw a birthday party outside once, and I ended up playing like fucking 3v3 basketball with like the neighborhood kids in here.
Yeah. Some of those kids are fucking shits, dude.
I was out there schooling those fucking 11-year-olds. Like, what's up?
They're out there like swearing and shit. Like, I don't know. They're fucking weird.
I'm telling you, there's just an age, dude, where like, once a boy hits like age 11, they get weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like we've been through it. We know you get gross. You get like an attitude. You kind of become an asshole for a couple years.
Yeah. Like you're too cool and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're too cool.
Fucking weird.
You're the shit, you know. All right, so we start all our episodes with one gotta go. In this episode, we're doing breakfast foods, and to make it easier, I went with like breakfast like sides, I guess. So like if you ordered a fucking 3 stack of pancakes, all this shit comes on the side of it. All right, so I'm going with scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and hash browns. You want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm going to take sausage off first. It's just really good, bro. I don't know what else to say, really. Like, I'll go to McDonald's and just get a sausage muffin, no egg, just cheese. Fucking.
There's places, though, where sausage is better than others, right? Because I feel like the McDonald's sausage is better than, like, the other fast food breakfast sausages I've had. I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree with that statement for sure. And then there's, like, different types of sausages, right? Because my favorite are the links that I can make at home. But there's sausage patties, and there's, like, ground-up sausage, right?
Yeah, sausage is, like, the hamburger patty of, like, breakfast, bro.
Yeah, my son loves it, too, bro.
I always do that, too. I always would, like, you go to IHOP or something, and they're like, what would you like your sides to be? If, like, sausage or ham or whatever, I'll be like, sausage, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, ham's pretty good, too, actually, though.
Yeah, but I always take sausage. Sausage is, like, so fucking dope as a side.
Yeah. I prefer sausage as well. And then you get, like, when I was in high school, the linemen would go out for breakfast the day of a game. And we go to, like, this little breakfast place, right? And I'd always get these fucking pigs in a blanket, bro.
Oh, that's dope.
So it's like a sausage, like, with the pancake wrapped around it and shit with fucking syrup. That show's bomb. But, yeah, sausage, bro. I feel like there's no comparison, you know. My kind of beef with bacon, which I'm not totally hating on it, but it's, like, too salty for me. And I don't really like that, to be honest.
Salty shit?
Yeah, like, super salty. Like, even kind of thinking about it right now is making me thirsty.
So you gonna fucking
want to wash my mouth out.
Sausage number one.
Yeah, I'm going sausage number one, bro.
For me, number one is hash browns, because I picture myself eating breakfast, and if there's no fucking hash browns, then I get fucking pissed. You know what I mean? Because like every time I go to IHOP or any fucking breakfast place, I order shit, and then I always get an extra side of hash browns, and then hash browns from like an actual breakfast spot when you get like the what would you even call it? Like the shredded potatoes put together. Like it's so fucking bomb.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's so many types of hash browns too, bro.
Yeah, you got your tater tot, your hash brown, your fucking, like, the big-ass...
Like, puck-looking one?
Yeah, looks like a fucking oval and shit.
Yeah.
McDonald's hash browns fucking be hitting, too. Like, if I'm not... McDonald's breakfast is, like, dope. So, I like hash browns, dude. Number one, I just can't eat breakfast without it. Like, I can eat breakfast at home, obviously, without it. But, like, if I'm going out to get breakfast somewhere, like, I always double up on the hash browns because they're the shit. And I like them, like, when they're, like, super crunchy, but, like, they got that top, like, crust, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Hash browns fucking smack.
They're still kind of soggy in the middle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They fucking hit, dude. They hit hard. And it's like...
Plus, we're in potato land, bro. There's no lack of, you know?
There's no lack of hash browns. We got an unlimited supply here because we live in Idaho.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't know, dude. I've just always been a big fan of hash browns. Even when, like, my mom would make breakfast at home, Chivo would always make hash browns because he's really good at making, like, breakfast
and shit, yeah.
And every time he made it, dude, I remember one time he made this, like, big-ass breakfast spread, and one of my friends stayed the night, and he got up and he was like, is this how you always eat fucking breakfast? I was like, nah, bro.
This is special.
Yeah, this is special. They went all out, so enjoy it, man. And we just started eating.
Cool, man. Well, I'll move on to my second one, and it's eggs. It's got to be eggs. There's so many ways to eat eggs. Scrambled, fucking boiled.
Sunny side up.
Fucking over easy, over hard. Like, my favorite thing to do is, like, cut up a sausage and put it into, like, an egg and make kind of like a scramble like that. And then I'll throw that bitch into, like, a low-carb tortilla. Fucking breakfast burrito. Fuck, yeah. Well, it's kind of hard, bro, because I've been doing keto for, like, the last month and a half, right?
All right.
So, like, I'm only eating like one thing, and it's like anything that fits in a tortilla that's low carb.
Is what you gotta eat.
Yeah, yeah. And I just recently found out that there's like this bread that's super low in carbs.
I'm not even sure what keto is. Just low carb diet.
Yeah, it's just low carb. Basically, you're trying to train your body to burn fat instead of carb for energy. So like eventually, like since you're eating not a lot of fucking carbs, your body starts burning off fat that way. Is how I understand it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, some of the science behind it, but honestly, I just fucking eat because I'm trying to lose weight.
That's fucking dope.
But yeah,
Scrambled eggs.
I'm down like 50 pounds doing that shit, and scrambled eggs have been like king, bro. Like so easy to make. Like
It's
breakfast.
weird because eggs are like actually really good for you, right? They're like full of protein and shit. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
people don't think about it like that.
Well, it's also got a lot of cholesterol, so you should technically only be eating like the white part of it. If you're watching that, right?
So don't eat the yolk.
Yeah, yeah. The yolk's not good if you're watching your cholesterol. But
Well,
I don't give a fuck because I'm like already cutting out carbs, you know?
You know what I realized, dude? As a kid, I had some weird ass eating habits. Cause like for some reason, I fucking loved hard boiled eggs.
Yeah, I remember you did. And then
It's like-
also fucking bologna with like the string around
Yeah,
it.
bologna too. But like hard boiled eggs was like one of the only things that like as a kid, like if my mom wasn't home yet or like if I was hungry, nobody could cook me
You
anything.
just make them.
Yeah, I just fucking put them in the boiling water and sit there,
Yeah.
and then wait, and then like eat it. But I would never eat the yolk. Like I didn't like the hard ass yolk.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I liked the like hard boiled egg. It was
So
like
you
the
just
weirdest
throw that
fucking-
shit?
Yeah, just throw it away.
That's what gives you gas too, I think. Is like the middle yolk part.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think the whole egg fucking gives you.
Nah,
gas. It
nah.
doesn't
I think
matter
the
what
white's
fuck you
alright.
eat, dude.
Yeah.
Still gonna be fucking.
It's a little weird to me too when
rank.
people buy like the egg whites in the fucking carton. Cause I've tried using that shit and it's like literally putting water down and then it like turns into an egg. It's
Yeah,
weird.
then it turns into
It's
an
fucking weird. Yeah, but yeah, man, eggs gotta go, bro. Gotta stay for me, you know.
You mean gotta stay? You mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is stay, cause like breakfast without eggs isn't breakfast, to be honest.
I can see the argument. Number 2 for me, sausage. Sausage, because it's fucking the shit. McDonald's has the best sausage, hands down. I don't care what you tell me, unless like you're taking me to some fancy place where I'm paying $10 for it and it's like gourmet and good and shit. But that's probably better. But like if we're talking fast food accessible sausage, McDonald's shits on everybody else.
Yeah, just quick and accessible, bro. Like it's definitely that.
Yeah, as a kid too, dude. Fucking. Okay, so hard-boiled eggs was one thing, right? And then sausage. My mom would always buy this like black. I remember it specifically. It was like this black package of sausages, and it would come with like 12. And it was like the only thing I knew how to cook. I'd grab 4 of them frozen, just throw them in the pan and just wait, because you didn't even need oil or anything, because like they're already greasy. So it would just cook itself, and I'm just like sitting there waiting for it. And I would eat like fucking a 12-pack of those motherfuckers. Like my mom would buy like 3 boxes, and then like in 2 weeks, you know, I would demolish that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened, dude. And then it just kind of fell off for me. Like I just stopped eating it like that.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You're like a fucking migrator to food and shit. You've always been a picky motherfucker.
I feel like you fall into habits, man. Like there's stuff you love eating as a kid that you don't really eat as much when you're older. Cause I used to fucking like jam sandwiches, like a sandwich with like just jam in it.
Yeah.
Used to be my shit, bro. Like I would fucking demolish a jam sandwich. But now I don't even like buy jam.
Yeah, because you fucking eat out like what, 90% of the time?
Yeah, 90% of the time, dude. I fucking went to, so I go to Walmart with David, right? I was like, yo, let's go to Walmart. I'm going to buy some like groceries and shit. And we're walking around and I'm buying shit, right? And he's just kind of like following me around, not buying anything, right? And I was like, well, you don't want any, you're not going to like put anything in the fridge or nothing? He's like, I buy groceries on Saturdays. And I was like, oh, damn, bro, I'm fucking up your schedule. He's like, yeah, man, I wake up at 9 every Saturday and then go buy groceries.
Did you try to hold your hand or something?
Nah. It wasn't even real groceries, dude. Fucking groceries for us is like, hey, let's go to the frozen aisle and buy fucking Hot Pockets and pizza rolls.
Yeah, that's a trip.
And like fucking corn dogs. And
that's like what I buy my kids.
yeah, that's like all that's in my fridge.
That's fucking wild. Yeah, I never come here. Like you guys had fucking like 6-month-old expired milk in there.
I only buy like 2 things.
And it was like only a half gallon that you guys never drank.
Like, it's hard, dude. I was telling him the other day, I was like, well, the problem is like we buy milk for cereal, right? But you only crave cereal like twice So you eat it, and then you're left with like half a cereal and half a milk that you're not eating because you don't want cereal anymore.
I know, you're fucking crazy. You need to be like that Axel guy, dude. That New York kid.
What's he
got
do?
the small fucking apartment. He just like only buys certain things and he eats it till it's gone.
Well, that's what I do when like with like cook shit. So like if I'm gonna make spaghetti or if I'm gonna make eggs or something,
you make a shitload.
no, I go buy it the day I'm gonna make it.
Oh.
So like you know how you can buy like a carton of like 4 eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll buy that shit and then I'll come home and I'll eat that shit like right then. Same with like spaghetti. I'll go buy the sauce, buy the spaghetti, come home, make it, eat it. Cause like if I just buy it, it's just gonna fucking sit there. And
it's kind of a trip, bro. Cause the way I shop is like I shop for the week. Shit, we're gonna make all week, right? I feel like that's very like possible with just one person too.
it is. It's just like the problem is when it's just me, right? Compared to like you, I think it's because like you and your family, like you guys all eat together and like somebody will cook your meal, right? But like me, like I can just like easily on a whim be like, fuck this, and then go to McDonald's or go to Pizza Hut or whatever it is.
That's what I'm saying though. You could just eat better, bro. Because if I was like a single guy, right, I'd be buying steak like every day. Fuck that. With some vegetables and shit, you know. But now I gotta eat pork chops and fucking chicken breast. It's cheaper.
Oh,
struggle's real, bro.
To be able to afford it.
Yeah. So everybody eats, you know. I can't afford steak for everybody.
You get Mexican steak, some carne asada. That's cheap, isn't it?
Fuck no. You're paying the same price. It's just thinly sliced.
Really?
Yeah.
For like a pound of that shit?
Fuck yeah. The
But
best place to buy it is from like straight from a butcher.
Like a Mexican place?
No. Like I'm talking like the cow's in the back mooing and you're seeing like his dead brother inside like hung up.
Do we have real butchers here? Like that?
Yeah. We go out to Homedale and get that shit. So like the best carne asada meat is called ranchera and in English it's flank steak. And that shit is like $15 a pound at like the Mexican
stores,
meat markets and shit. And like at Winco, I think it's like $11-12. So you save a little bit of money, but at the butchers, it's only like $6 a pound, unmarinated and shit.
Oh, if you go all the way out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking dope. All right, well, fucking sausage number 2 though, bro. I just remember fondly as a kid cooking that shit and eating that shit. And this is back when I had a diet of like 5 fucking things, you know. It was fucking McDonald's, Taco Bell, sausage, and well, my mom used to always make me eggs with weenies.
Yeah.
You know, like you get the hot dogs, cut them up,
That
and throw
shit
it
was
in the
dope.
eggs. I still do that shit. It's so good.
Yeah. It's like a
Like-
weird thing.
Like I don't know if that's like a Mexican thing or if that's like a everybody thing.
I think it is a Mexican thing because I watched this girl who's dating like a white guy.
Right.
And I think they got married. And she started making him food and she made him that. And he was like, what the fuck is this?
She made him eggs with weenies.
Yeah. And he was like, this is a game changer. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Why'd you wait so long to give me this?
It's so fucking good. Like it really is like
My kids eat that shit too.
it's such a fucking peak dish of food for so minimal work.
Sometimes you do that too and you add like some leftover rice. That shit's so good, dude.
I haven't done leftover rice, but I've like done like I like doing it and then having the hot dog be like really, really like crisp.
Yeah. You got to cook those first for sure.
Yeah, you fry them first for a little bit, you know, get that like brownness, and then fucking throw the eggs in.
So if you haven't tried it, here's the recipe. Cut up a hot dog, throw it in the pan and fry it, and then add an egg to it.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking then scramble that shit.
Yeah.
And it'll fucking blow your mind. It's so good.
It's even good, like, I don't know about Gerald, but if you had some beans and some, like, queso fresco on the side, fuck, dude, that's a meal.
With some beans on the side, it sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, and then you fucking have some tortillas, make some fucking little breakfast tacos, fuck. Anyways.
That should be slapping, dude. It reminds me because, like, I'll do eggs.
Yeah.
And then on the side, I'll do, like, a quesadilla with, like, the pepper jack cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
dude.
It's so good, man.
That sounds amazing.
It's so simple. Like, that's the kind of shit that I can make. And, like, it'll take me fucking 10 minutes.
I don't think people understand, like, our parents come from humble beginnings. And somehow, some way, they created this shit. It was wild.
Yeah, it's like humble food, right?
Yeah, it
really
is.
Because, like, you enjoy something super simple.
Pack of hot dogs is $1. And
Yeah,
then
it is.
you have eggs, right? $3 or $4, whatever, a dozen.
Yeah, a dozen.
You make a whole pot of shit for everybody, bro.
That's dope. All right, what are you taking number 3?
So number 3, I got bacon and fucking hash browns left. I'm really torn just because of the way I'm eating right now. Like, bacon makes more sense for the way I'm eating. But bacon, like even kind of talking about it with you earlier, kind of grossed me out. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the way I'm changing my eating and shit. Because I don't really cook with salt that much.
Right.
So when something's a little bit salty, it tastes like elevated saltiness. So I'm thinking of like a really gross, like salty ass piece of bacon. But I've had some really good bacon, bro.
Bacon's the shit.
Like bacon
bro.
that's not salty, because most bacon has to be salty because it's cured with salt, so that's why it's salty, you know. Hash browns, I'm gonna be honest, I've never been a huge hash brown guy, bro.
You don't like it? It's not your favorite iteration of the potato?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. If I get a hash brown, I'll eat it. If I get tots, you know, I'll eat them. But it's not something that I'm like, fuck, I gotta have that with my breakfast, you know. So unfortunately, hopefully the potato gods don't come after me. But I'm getting rid of hash browns. I'm keeping the bacon, just cause like I feel like some nice bacon wrapped around some like jalapeno poppers is really good, cause it kind of balances out. Yesterday, I know I'm doing keto, but like sometimes I'll cheat. And yesterday there was like this bacon donut that they took to my brother's house because we were having breakfast there.
No shit, a bacon donut?
Like it had like, yeah, it had like bacon on top of this fucking donut. And I was like, damn, that looks pretty good. I didn't eat it. I just had some of the bacon off on top of it. But I was like, damn, that's a good idea. You know, you kind of fucking with the sweet and savory thing. But yeah, I think my main thing would be like the bacon around those jalapeno poppers, like does it for me. I'd rather have that shit than I would a hash brown. So not to shit on hash browns, because my kids love hash browns, bro. Like I could probably just make them hash browns for breakfast and that's all they'd eat. They don't give a fuck about the eggs, sausage, nothing.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, hash browns are fucking bomb, man.
It's weird.
Like the people who love them, love them.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's true.
And then little kids, if you give it that shit, like if you give them hash browns in like tater tot form, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's life.
Fuck yeah. And like I said, I don't hate on hash browns. That's just not my cup of tea, you know?
So you're getting rid of hash browns?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of hash browns.
All right. Well, I got scrambled eggs and bacon, right? So here's the thing. I'm thinking of this question solely in like the terms of breakfast. So like when I'm thinking breakfast, there's just not enough bacon, right? Like every time I ever have breakfast, you're talking like 2 strips of bacon, 3 strips of bacon. Like if I go to IHOP.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Unless I'm at home and I fucking throw down a motherfucking pack and eat a whole thing of bacon, it never satisfies me as a meal.
You know what's funny about that, bro? I bet if you squish down a sausage to the thickness of a fucking
bacon,
it'd be like the same size, you know? I think bacon is just like really like long and fucking thin, you know? But like really if you clumped it up or something, it'd be more fulfilling, I think.
Oh, like if it was like a chunk?
Yeah.
Like a pork chop?
yeah, or like pork belly, because I think that's where it comes from.
Dude,
right?
fucking pork chops are the shit.
Yeah.
So my thing with bacon is like, because we're talking breakfast.
That's so true, though.
I don't ever get enough bacon. So like,
feel like it.
It doesn't feel like you're getting enough you get fucking 2 or 3 strips and then they're like, yo, you want more? $4. They fucking charge a shit ton for the bacon.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's a cult for bacon, bro, because like I remember hearing a saying that was like, what doesn't bacon make better? You know?
I kind of agree with that. Like bacon adds to everything, but it doesn't. Does it stand alone by itself? You know, that's what I'm saying.
I get it, yeah.
We're like scrambled eggs, bro. Like if you don't have scrambled eggs at breakfast,
just kind of weird, right?
yeah, that's like the side. That's like the thing that they ask you first. You know,
I mean, eggs are kind of weird in a way because they're like a chicken fetus.
Whatever. Who gives a shit? I don't care about that.
I'm
They're
just
fucking
saying,
the
bro.
Shit. I'll eat all those chicken fetuses, bro.
Nah, that's not true. If it was a little developed, you'd be like, fuck that egg.
Oh, like if it was like it had a beak in it or some shit?
Because my dad likes to buy farm eggs, so they're like brown and shit.
Oh, but sometimes there's a
Sometimes
chicken.
they'll come with blood, bro. Yeah, it's fucking gross.
Do you still eat it?
Fuck no. I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm taking scrambled eggs, though, because like, they're fucking delicious, and I just feel like when you get breakfast, you know, it's like your pancakes, or whatever the fuck you got, pancake, waffle, ham and egg melt, whatever it is. Then you got your fucking side of eggs, which is the shit. And then I would rather have sausage over bacon because the sausage fills me up more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if like we're talking in just normal world, you know, if you got me a big ass plate of bacon, I'd be like the happiest motherfucker in the world. The problem is when you're eating breakfast, you never get a good enough share of the bacon because everybody wants some.
That's
so
true.
Everybody gets 2 fucking pieces.
It's like you said, yeah. And like even at restaurants, that's like the standard is like 2 fucking strips of bacon.
Yeah,
And I'd rather
bacon,
get 2
dude.
fucking sausage links or
Yeah, it's
patties
way
or
better
whatever.
to get 2 sausage patties or links because like you're getting so much more bang for your buck.
Yeah. If we're talking strictly that, it makes sense.
You know where bacon is like the shit is like when you fucking wrap it around a hot dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you fry that motherfucker up.
You ever seen that video where it's like, get your wiener from the beaner? And it's like a street hot dog vendor.
No, but it's so true,
That
dude.
shit's so funny.
When I was in Vegas, we were going to the Mexico game, right? And the fucking dude would have the street hot dogs with like they're wrapped in bacon and shit.
Yeah.
I bought 2 of those motherfuckers.
And they were $10 a piece, bro.
It was like $5. It was like $5.
Still a rip off.
Because the guy, it's a rip off for sure. Because the guy buys the pack for what, $1, $2,
Yeah,
$2, and then
exactly.
makes like 300%. But in the moment, dude, it's so worth it because like you watch this guy with his grill and it's like he's already got the nice toasted bun and fucking puts the hot dog with the bacon.
Yeah,
It's
everything's
so
just
worth
kind of there teasing you, you know?
Yeah, it's so worth. And especially since if you go in the fucking stadium, you're gonna get a hot dog for $10.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay this dude the $5 and get 2
Well, I know in California they fucking charge $10, bro.
outside.
Yeah, like outside like a cathedral and shit. Cause like we'd go to church there. Then when we would be out, there'd be a bunch of people selling hot dogs. $10, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking people buying a shitload, bro.
Did you buy one?
Fuck no.
No.
Nah.
You don't trust the street vendor food, or you just
I
didn't
trust it. It's just I'm a cheap ass, you know? I can go home and fucking...
do that shit.
I got a family to feed, you know?
Yeah, but
$40?
Sometimes that street vendor shit calls to you, bro. Like those street tacos, you know?
Yeah, I think it'd be different if I was like a single guy, you know? I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, if you
Here's a
have
$5 tip, too.
Yeah, if you got the $20 to spend.
Yeah.
But your kids sometimes, right? They didn't want a hot dog?
Out there?
Yeah.
No, not really. We were eating pretty good out there, bro.
Yeah.
I was
Whenever
going out to like everywhere.
Yeah, whenever you do that vacation shit, you know, you go hit up my fucking mom. They go to California, and they'll drive an hour, 2 hours. I think it's an hour or 2 hours outside of the way to go get fucking seafood from a very specific place.
It's not even good. I'm tripped out.
They love it.
I felt ripped off when I went.
They love it. You get, I guess, I don't know exactly what the deal is, but like they always buy this big ass. It's like a sheet,
That shit's $100.
and it's just like hella stuff on it.
Yeah.
And my mom and them fucking love that shit. They go like all the way out there.
It's all right, bro. I didn't think it was great.
I'm not a big seafood guy, but like
I like seafood, right? But like, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right.
to pay that much.
Yeah, especially when the seafood is like the sea is like right there. You know, it's not like it traveled a long way.
You're sitting right there on the coast, like this motherfucker just went down there and fished up this $100 fucking shrimp for me.
Yeah. It feels like I'm paying more here than out there. I get the freshness and shit, but
Yeah, you got to pay for that fresh aspect. That makes sense.
I don't know though, bro.
I don't really fuck with it that much, but like people will go out of the way. Like I know fucking girls here who drove all the way to Salt Lake just for In-N-Out and then came back.
Yeah, I know girls that do that too.
Yeah,
I've done that.
That's fucking commitment.
Well, I
bro.
kind of make it like a trip, right? So I'll go out to the zoo.
Yeah, well, that's worth it. At least you're doing something. They literally went, ordered their burgers, and came back.
I'm actually thinking about doing that next week.
Like that is.
Because there's an IKEA out there too.
Oh, you gonna
Maybe
buy
get
something?
some furniture and shit.
That's dope.
See if I can find a podcast table for this motherfucker.
All right, you know what? We're gonna move on now. You know what I thought is fucking hilarious? You know how gas prices is like a big deal right now? Everybody's like, oh, gas is hella expensive and shit.
Yeah.
And it's true, dude. I fucking went and filled up my tank and it cost me like $70 or some shit. But I mean, that happens every year, I feel like. Every time the weather starts getting good, I start filling up my fucking gas tank less and less because it's fucking pricey as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. The gas was like $3.70, $3.80, and then like the next day it was like $4.15, and now it's like up to $4.40.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice the
It's
jump.
depressing.
I didn't notice the jump, but like when you buy it though, like I went out there and I bought it, and you noticed the fucking difference. I was like, what the fuck? I was paying $40 before. It just doubled on me.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I saw though that fucking Uber drivers now, like Uber has a fuel charge now.
Really?
Yeah, so if you take an Uber, part of the bill is gonna charge you for the fuel because the price is so high now. And I'm not sure if it's like,
That's kind of fucked up.
I don't know if it's countrywide, but I'm sure it's in like the bigger cities like California. What the fuck's gas cost out there right now?
It's like $7.
Yeah, so like they're charging you
It's fucking wild, dude.
for gas and the ride.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what's causing it. There's like a lot of speculation, right? But isn't like oil like a private business? I don't think the government like runs oil rees.
They probably have some.
They
but,
have.
but I think most of the oil that the U.S. uses is like bought from like other countries.
Yeah. I know part of it has to do with like the whole Russia thing, right? Because we're gonna stop buying oil from Russia, and they were like, they gave us like 8% of oil or something.
Yeah, it's like 7 to 10 or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
It's so funny though, because they're like blaming the president, right? And like supposedly like the previous president had a bunch of like low gas prices, right? But then when you kind of think about it, you're like, we weren't even fucking driving. Everybody was stuck at home, so we weren't using oil.
Oh, for COVID?
So
yeah.
the low prices made sense then, because obviously they're trying to lower the price to try to sell more in a time when nobody's really using oil, because nobody's fucking driving to work. You know, everybody went to go work at home or like wasn't really going out.
I hate that. I hate the arguments when people don't like think about the environment. You know, like when we're talking about that Candace Owen thing, and she's all like, what was it? She was like, the Black Lives Matter protests weren't happening before this and this. And I was like, yeah, George Floyd died that week, lady. That's why the fuck that shit was going on, you know? And like, same with this. It's like, yeah, gas prices were low, bro. There's some cities had curfews. You couldn't even go out past like fucking 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So how the fuck are you going to buy gas, you know?
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
There's always like that some little thing that's happening, but then they only use the bullet point, you know, and they like convince you, and you're like, fuck.
I feel like our state's always like behind, bro. Like,
Idaho?
Yeah, like we're like the dumb little brother, you know?
What do you mean?
Because like there's all these idiots putting like these stickers on the gas pumps with like Joe Biden's picture saying I did this.
Locally?
Yeah. You'll see it all the time, bro. I'm surprised you haven't seen one, but
I only fill gas up like once every 2 weeks.
There's that, and then so there's this guy named Ammon Bundy. He was running for fucking governor.
Uh-huh.
And he just got arrested like this weekend as well.
He was running for governor here?
Yeah, and people were like, fucking.
What'd he do?
He like, it was like, I can't remember what it was. It was like
murder.
No. It was something like disorderly conduct or something. Like that guy just gets crazy, bro.
Disorderly conduct. So he was just acting weird outside or some shit.
I think it was like at an event or something. Yeah, because like he also got arrested in Emmett for like going to a basketball game or something where he wasn't invited or allowed to be at. And then they were doing something at the courthouse with like the whole mask mandates and shit. And he tried to barge in there as well and got arrested. There's like a famous photo of him like being wheeled out on a fucking like computer chair.
Oh, really?
By like state
like
troopers and shit. Yeah. And then besides that, he sent a bunch of crazy ass people to like one of the public representatives' houses. They were like outside their house, like chanting shit. He like gave the address and shit. It's all weird, bro.
Does that dude even have like real support to be governor, or was it just like all the crazies?
I don't know, bro. Like I said, you don't really drive around much, but when I drive around, I see Ammon Bundy fucking signs, bro. It's fucking weird.
I've never even heard that name.
It's such a strange thing.
Like you said it, and I thought you were talking about the murderer dude, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, yeah.
And I was like, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I just see outlandish clips all the time, bro. Because there's this guy too from Florida.
Yeah.
DeSantis or something. He's trying to run for president, supposedly. And he walks into like a college, and these kids are like wearing masks behind him. It's like, hey, you don't have to do that. Take those off. Like, I'm like, who the fuck are you to be telling them what to do? Like, aren't you about like this whole free speech? Like, whatever we want to do is fine, but you're fucking shaming these kids in front of everybody. It was like on live TV too. It was crazy.
Is that one of those? Is he like one of those crackpot dudes, or is he like a Green Party dude, or what?
No, yeah, he's like a crackhead dude. Like,
he's just crazy.
Yeah, like he's like one of those extreme guys, bro. Like, you know, like the Democratic Party has like a Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
They got like George DeSantis.
All right. So that's like the opposite polar opposite shit, dude.
Yeah. Like all this fucking COVID shit's happening, and his state has like the highest like old people population because people go to Florida to retire, right? And he's like, nah, we're not doing masks here.
Where all the old people are. I wonder if like, you know how I said Uber drivers are like charging now for gas and shit?
Yeah.
I wonder if like that counts for like Uber Eats and shit. Because I already thought it was expensive as fuck to get McDonald's that way. You're spending like an extra $15.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and then now they're going to be like, oh, we need another $8 to fill up my tank.
Yeah, I know, it's wild. Something needs to happen, bro. We need to get these gas prices down.
I don't know. I don't think it's changed.
I don't know how that happens, bro.
Doesn't it always sit at like 4 something like through the summer?
No. It's usually like 3 something, bro.
I feel like it's always around 4.
But I mean, whatever the case, it's just fucking people being greedy,
That's why you gotta buy those fucking fuel efficient. I heard there's like a conspiracy that they're like doing this shit so that like people
will buy electric cars.
Yeah, we'll buy electric cars. And I was all like, I mean, if that was true, I think they would have picked like some sort of economic boost period, so a point where like everybody's got excess money. Oh no, I guess you would do it when there's no money, right? Because then you're like forcing people to switch cars.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all switching all the manufacturing companies have to switch to electric by like 2025 anyways. So
yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing overall,
Did you see that guy? There's a dude in New York who is running around and just murdering fucking homeless people.
I think I did hear that.
Yeah, he's a fucking guy. I think he shot like 2 or 3 so far. He's literally just going up to homeless dudes, fucking shooting the shit out of them, and then running away.
That's kind of scary, bro.
That is so fucking scary.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you're homeless, you got nowhere to go. Then some random fools just rolling up on you.
Yeah, how's that? I mean,
what do you even do? Like, you can't do shit.
Yeah, you can't. You probably don't even understand it.
Yeah.
You're just like, this dude's walking up.
Doesn't even make
you're
sense
not
to
scared.
me.
If you're homeless, you're not scared of shit, probably. You're probably just sitting there like, oh, look at how close this guy's getting to me. And then he fucking just pops off on your ass.
That's fucked, dude.
That's hella fucked. I always wonder how you fucking catch dudes like that in like a city like New York. It's so huge.
It's like cameras everywhere, I think.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's probably like got a mask on or something.
Yeah, but with so many cameras, you can kind of trace where he's going and shit. Like, it's crazy how they can catch like these fucking bombers and shit, but killers, like, it takes them forever.
Yeah,
just because they don't want to use these fucking resources or whatever.
That's how it works in like England. Like all their cameras are like they're recording at all times or whatever. So like it's really hard to get away with like a burglary or something like that because like they got video of you going in, running out, running fucking 30 miles down the road or whatever the fuck. Because like every camera operates at the same time.
Yeah,
I can see that shit working. I'd be fucking scared, dude. Fucking some dudes just killing homeless dudes. Like I get it, homeless people like. It's shitty. Living on the streets.
I don't get it. What do you get?
I get that, like, people get frustrated with homeless people, right? But I don't think that means you need to be fucking murdering homeless people.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be saying, I don't think. You should not.
Well, whatever, bro. Just, like, people get mad at the homeless. Like, everybody's always talking about homeless problem this, homeless problem that, right? Like, if they live in big cities. But it's like, you can't do shit about it unless you build them houses or fucking, I don't know, classes or get them jobs or shit.
I feel like there's a solution, right? But what is the solution? I mean, yeah, you could do that. Make like homeless like communities, right? But then how are you helping them with getting out of the situation, right? You're not. You're just giving them a place to go.
Huh. Yeah, somewhere just to be, huh?
They need like homeless. They need like training, right? They need like to get out of addiction. They need to get out of like their mental state. Because, I've seen guys like help homeless people and then they end up right back where they were at. And they help them out huge, bro. I've seen people like do GoFundMes for homeless people, get them a house, get them a job. They don't like the job. They quit. They lose their housing. They spend all their money. They're fucking back in the same place they're at,
I seen that shit too. Sometimes those videos, dude, I kind of I don't enjoy them. Like, no. I get it. If I did it, right, like if I had the means to help a homeless person like that, right, I don't think I would record the whole thing. It just feels so like, watch me help this guy. Whenever I watch that on YouTube or some shit.
I think it depends how you're doing it, right? Because I watched this guy who helps out like mobile food vendors or whatever.
Right.
Like the
street guys.
Popsicle guy or whatever, yeah. So he'll like see one and he'll go up to him and give him $1,000. He doesn't show their face. He just shows him handing them the money and stuff. But the only way he has that money to be able to do that is by sharing what he's doing. So it's really a double-edged sword, where that guy's kind of putting his content towards that, right? But there's people that just do it like a one-time thing, help this big person out. It is a little cringy,
Yeah, it's hella cringy. Like, not all of them, because obviously people do it cool, but like sometimes I'll watch one and I'm just like, all right, you're helping this dude, right? But you're kind of making it, and like you're doing like this fucking 3-part series of videos where you're making like this astronomical amount of money probably, or getting all this like attention or clout, whatever you want to fucking call it. And then the way they help the person is like minimal compared to like, you know.
Well, yeah, I think the way they do it is like, you know, it kind of seems big in the moment, but really if they're not monetarily like coming up on it, they're at least getting exposure, right, to other people. Like, people are seeing their content, they get more interested in what their videos are like. You know, boom, you're buying basically subscribers that way.
Yeah, it's so true. Because I've
like,
seen some though where like that are good though. Like I've seen some where the dude like helps a homeless guy, and like it feels like the whole thing is focused around him, and you don't even really see the guy in the video at all, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, oh, all right, this, and then the dude like he'll show you the whole. You're talking like a 6-month span of like this dude's life getting back together, and it seems genuine. But sometimes I see it where like it's like a really quick like, here's a homeless guy, here's me.
Here's $1,000.
Yeah, here's $1,000. And it's based that when you see that shit, it's like, yeah, you gave him $1,000, but all you're really doing is trying to get like the prestige of the video.
It's a weird topic, bro, because really, like, people judging, they aren't doing shit either. So
that's true, right? You can't be mad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a weird topic, and I feel like back and forth on it as well. So I don't know. It's a tough thing because, yeah, I mean, who am I to judge him when I'm not doing shit myself?
Yeah. And what makes it any different than like when me and you hand $10 to the dude on the corner, right?
Yeah. The only difference is he's recording it, right? But he's doing something about it, you know.
And it's a higher amount too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's recording it, but that makes him able to give them $1,000.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we're giving them fucking $4.
5, 10.
Yeah, whatever we got in our pockets.
Yeah.
I say that shit because I saw that in San Francisco. Like they're taking this. You know how there's tent communities of homeless?
Yeah.
They're taking a big ass tent community, I guess, and they're gonna like, it's like official now. The city's gonna build like
A community.
Yeah, those little like mini duplex homes where like it's basically like 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
All inclusive thing, you know, like a toilet and shit all in one room, but for homeless people.
It's like I'm telling you though, bro. Like, how does that resolve the issue though?
I don't know. At least they're not outside. It's weird. Yeah, at least they're not. Have you been to places that are like, there's homeless people everywhere?
Yeah, Portland.
Portland was like that.
It was weird.
When I went to Seattle, like Seattle is like that. Like when you're going into Seattle, like all across the highways and like.
Yeah, I remember
you
that.
see them like in the crevices of like the intersections and all that shit, you know?
You got like a fucking home there.
And it makes you fucking feel bad, bro. You see that shit, it makes you feel bad. So then you think, oh, a tiny home is dope, you know, because they got somewhere to be. But then at the same time, you know, like it's not like they're going to upkeep the tiny home.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that should be a temporary thing, right? Like, it's temporary housing so they have somewhere to shower, go to work, start making some money, and maybe get their own place, you know? But it sounds like they're just giving them a place to go so they doesn't look as bad on the city or whatever.
On the streets, yeah, because all those cities care about is that curb appeal, huh?
Yeah, because then there's like some cities that smell like shit and piss because people are like shitting and pissing on the streets too, you know?
Yeah. I guess it makes sense if they got like a turnover, some sort of like training facility there where they teach these guys to do like.
Yeah, it's like, we'll give you 6 months in this small home, but you got to go to these classes to like see about getting a resume set up.
Like a halfway house?
Getting your fucking drug addiction under control and shit, right?
That'd be dope.
But it's just not like, people hate seeing homeless people, but they don't hate not doing anything about it, right?
Have you ever talked to somebody that's like overcome something like that?
No.
You know what's weird, dude? I used to play fucking Overwatch online all the time, the video game, and I ended up playing with this guy from like Washington, and his name was Gabe. I don't remember his gamer tag. It's like Gabe Rich or some shit, but we played for a long time together, right? We were just playing, and then eventually got to the point where like you're just kind of talking about like your lives while you're playing, you know, just chilling.
Yeah.
And he told me that like he used to be addicted to like drugs, like hardcore, you know? And like he was on the street and shit, and then his like family like found his ass and like put him in all these programs, and like he went through that whole process of like getting back to being normal, you know, because he was living on his own when I was playing with him and shit. And he's like, dude, you don't know how fucking hard that shit is, because like even while you're doing it, like all it takes is like a like an old friend or like a little
connection.
Yeah, like just like something that even reminds you of like how easy it is for you to access that shit, and then you're just like right back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, dude. And like, cause we were cool as fuck, so I was like, that's crazy, cause like you do not seem
like a drug addict.
like like just through playing and like having normal ass conversations, you know.
Then you sent him $10 to do like the PlayStation Network.
Nah, fuck. Send him some money. No, I just like that's crazy, dude. Cause like I don't even think he was that much older than me. I think that dude was like either my age or a year older than me. So like
it's just weird. It's like drug addiction's like a weird thing.
That perspective of like how one person can go through so much more than like what you've gone through.
Yeah.
But like you're the same age.
It's weird, bro. Yeah, because even people that are addicted to drugs, like even their families hate them and shit.
Yeah.
Don't want to help them out. Like I had that issue with like a friend of mine where like his mom was like tired of his shit.
It's like a slow wear though, right? She probably tried to help him.
Yeah. But there's only so much you can do. And they just want to do what they're doing, bro. It's fucking weird.
Break your shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a friend like that too, and they had to kick his brother out. Like their brother was stealing from their fucking house, and they had to like evict him from their family home, basically. And I was like, that sucks, dude. Because when I think of my siblings, you know, I think of like all this like unconditional love.
Yeah.
You know, but then it becomes conditional, like in those kinds of situations, because like it pushes you to the point where you can't like help them. Like you love them, but you can't like tolerate what they're doing.
Yeah. There's no way.
That shit sucks. I would never want to be in that situation. And if I was,
turn your back, you know?
Yeah, fuck. Turning your back feels so crazy to me. Because we're in a tight-knit family, dude. Even like with my cousins, I don't think I would ever like it's just so much closer than like what other people are with like their extended families, that it would probably even affect me. Like if I found out one of my cousins was like fucking, you know, going down a path like that, like spiraling out of control or some shit.
What do you do though, really?
Yeah, well, what do you do?
Don't want help, you know?
Can't do shit, but it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro, because if you were addicted to like black tar heroin, I don't want you around my kids. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's just not a good thing, you know?
It's
like
not a good vibe.
Stealing their toys and shit to go sell and pawn and shit.
You probably could too, because nowadays kids' toys are iPods and shit.
Yeah, and like
pawn their
Switches
tablets
and shit. Yeah,
pawn their Oculus.
That's what I'm saying,
shit.
bro. Yeah,
you just bought them the Oculus, right?
You're already thinking about what you'd steal, bro. You're not coming to my house.
I got an itinerary, bro. I got a whole list of the shit at your house, so I'm ready.
Fucking guy.
Once I spiral, you know, I'm just gonna start taking shit.
But yeah, man.
I wouldn't do that.
No, you're like the last guy I'd picture doing anything remotely close to that.
To drugs?
Yeah, you'd fucking be like chocolate wasted.
Do you know who Naomi Osaka is?
Yes, I do.
Tennis player?
Yeah, dating Corday or whatever.
Yeah, she's dating the rapper Corday and shit.
Yeah.
She got like super famous because she beat like Serena Williams one time.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like she beat Serena Williams and then her like fucking star power shot up.
She's
dude.
like a huge underdog.
Yeah, she was, but she hasn't like, I don't think she's performed at that level. She's still really good at tennis, but I don't think she's performed at like the level of beating Serena Williams anymore.
Yeah.
But she's like famous as fuck now, and she apparently at the like her last tournament she was just in, some dude was heckling her, right? Some dude was like, "You suck, you're not good," blah blah, just talking shit, right?
Uh-huh.
And she got so emotional that like after the match she was like almost crying, and she like took the mic and like confronted the crowd.
You guys need to stop being mean to me.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I don't usually like fall prey to heckling and stuff, but I guess like there was some racial attack in that stadium or in that tournament before to like Serena Williams and them, and that was like affecting her because like she's black.
Uh-huh.
And she like, I guess like it all tied into her emotions because this dude was talking shit and made her cry.
That's fucked, bro.
That's hardcore, man.
I feel like there's some sports where like they don't want minorities in the sports, bro.
Oh,
and
you
like,
think so?
Yeah. When I think about it, like, not like anybody publicly coming out and saying, but just like the sports world in general.
You can just tell by the pool.
Because like it's hockey. I feel like hockey's one. I know this isn't a sport, but like country music. Sorry, not sorry. And then like tennis, because it's like a rich kid sport, right? And they don't expect minorities to be rich, you know?
To be able to play.
Yeah.
Golf.
Even golf, yeah.
Because when Tiger Woods exploded, you know, who else was like a repping for the minorities and
Bro,
golf.
I know who Arnold Palmer is.
That's the T dude, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you find out he was playing fucking golf and shit.
Dude, there's sports that lend themselves to like heckling, right? Like football. Like
nobody can hear your heckling.
Yeah, like they can't hear you, but like you expect the fans to talk shit to you in football, right?
Of course.
But like a sport like tennis and shit, there's no real home team. You kind of always playing away from home. Both players are always playing away from home.
Yeah.
So like,
it's weird.
If you're heckling tennis players, you're just kind of an asshole.
Kind of. Yeah,
because you're not. Yeah, you're not going to be like a diehard Raiders fan talking shit to the Cowboys. You know, it's not the same as like watching two tennis players play and you just start talking shit for no reason.
Yeah, bro. It just doesn't make sense. But kind of sticking on the topic of sports, did you hear that about what happened in Mexico, bro?
Mexico what?
With those two soccer teams where like a bunch of people died and shit?
No.
Really?
Was it in the like in the league? Like
yeah, it was in the
division?
league. I'm fucking shocked that you didn't hear it, bro.
Nah.
So like one of the teams was like forced to like sell the team. It was Queretaro and somebody else, bro. I think it was probably Queretaro and Atlas, bro. So they played and the game got violent and a bunch of people died. It was crazy.
Died how? In the stands?
They came out of the stands and they started getting into brawls and shit, bro. I'm so shocked you didn't hear this because you're like a huge soccer fan.
I did see a bunch of shit about Querétaro, like the team.
Yeah.
Like being posted, right? But I thought it was just because it wasn't none of it like implied like something happened. It was just like their emblem or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these are just fucking people rooting on their team. I didn't even fucking notice.
Yeah, so now they're ordered to play games without spectators for a year. The owners of the actual team have to sell the franchise.
That's crazy.
And
so what happened? How many people died? What side? Who died where?
26 injured. I think I heard something around like 20-something dead. Just from like, you know how soccer fans get crazy? Yeah, dude. Soccer fans get crazy, right?
What stadium were they in?
I don't know. I think they were in Atlas' stadium.
So the Atlas fans went down and beat the shit out of the Querétaro players?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it just got crazy, bro. I just like slightly heard about it because my mom told me about it. And I was like,
your mom's big in the soccer world.
Didn't seem like a big deal. And then I found out the next day that a bunch of people died. They had to sell the team. Like, and this comes at like the midst of like FIFA already kind of fucking hating Mexico because the fans yell fucking.
I'm against that. That's bullshit. When
Yeah.
FIFA says that the fans can't yell puto, they're just being pieces of shit. Because if you listen to, just Google, bro. Google English fans, Premier League fan chants. And their chants, they're cussing you out.
They're racist too.
Sometimes there's racism, but like just their regular chants, you know, they'll call you a piece of shit. They'll call you a fucker, all kinds of shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool as fuck, but we say puto and it's taken out of context as like anti-LGBTQ when it's really just like calling you a piece of shit, you know, or like a bitch. It makes no sense, dude. But I'm not pro this. That's crazy, dude. Soccer brawls. I've been in soccer brawls and like I've seen soccer brawls, right? And that's just to the extent of like 22 players and the bench is fighting. And it is so crazy when you're there. Because like I've told the stories before. I've seen like two teams start fighting and I'm like on the sideline just watching the game. And because there's so many people and you don't know where the fuck the hits are coming from, like you'll see some dudes get fucking destroyed, like real damage. Like he's standing there and then out of nowhere he catches 3 punches to the side of the head from some random motherfucker he never even saw coming, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine if like a whole fucking stadium storms a field. Like you're getting fucking mauled.
So I guess it was in Querétaro's field, bro.
Oh, what? So their fans came down?
Yeah, their fans came in. Their fans, like their super fans, are banned from this stadium for 3 years. So they can't go. I don't know how you figure that shit out. But there's been a bunch of arrests. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this was something that was planned or what the fuck, but it got crazy, bro. It was a huge ass problem.
I wonder why. I wonder what the game was. Was there like relevance in the game? Or was it just the teams got chippy?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really read too much into it. I just thought it was a crazy situation.
I'm going to have to look that shit up later.
Yeah. Maybe give us an update next episode.
I'm sure there's a video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos.
One time
it was in the middle of the game, bro.
Yeah, because one time there was it was Tigres from the Mexican League playing against, who were they playing against?
Some Southern American team, probably.
No, I can't remember who they were playing, but like the team started fighting. Not the teams, but the fans started fighting. Like in the crowd.
Uh-huh.
And the Tigres team like their fans were getting their ass kicked in the crowd, and they had like a small group of fans because when you're in the away team, they only give you like a couple sections of the stadium.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is full with fans from the regular team, right? So that section of the Tigres fans were fighting with I can remember the other team, but the other team starts coming in on them, right? And like the players were like, run. You get like there's videos of like the players being like, run, because like they're gonna get fucking destroyed by the other 10,000 fans that can like come onto your ass.
Yeah.
I think it was like security and shit showed up before it got like super real, but like a couple people did get their asses kicked. Like there's like clips of like people getting their asses kicked in the stand.
It's fucking wild, dude. I'll never understand it.
In South America, like, okay, I know Mexico's like North America, but like if you go even farther down south, like where like the fans and shit are like there's less security and shit. Like there's videos of shit going crazy. Like remember we talked about one time like a ref like pulled a gun or like a knife on some dude.
Yeah, god damn it.
Like in like Brazil or some shit.
Yeah, that shit was wild. My mom was telling me too that they were thinking about like unaffiliating themselves with Querétaro. It was weird. So basically just like no more team there.
Oh, like just abandoning the city basically?
Yeah, because of how bad it was. But I guess they're not going to do that. They just can't have fans whenever they play.
Yeah, because teams can do that shit, right? Like the owner or the league, I guess, could sell the team rights and then they'll just put it in another city.
Yeah,
a different name.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or just, I don't know how that works.
Or just move someone up from second division.
Yeah. I think that was what she had told me, that they were going to move down a division or just like disband it altogether.
That's what happens a lot is like teams get moved down. There was a team in Italy, Juve. They won a shit ton of titles, and then they got caught for cheating a couple of the times or something, like match fixing.
Uh-huh.
And they pushed them down. Instead of being in the top division, they moved them to the second division.
Oh, shit.
But then they eventually made their way back and started winning a shit ton of titles again.
It's like such a weird thing, bro. Like, I don't know if I would ever be like a super fan where I'd like beat somebody to death because of it.
I don't think I'd beat somebody up. I'm a super fan of teams. Like if I go to a Mexico game and you watch me, because I've been to Mexico games where they play the U.S. like 3 times.
Yeah.
Fucking like I am fucking in it. Like I'm in that rivalry, but I'm not gonna beat the shit out of the players because we lost.
Well, I'm a proud.
But if some dude outside like confronts me, maybe shit gets real outside.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, like I would never get to like that super fan mentality where I'm like, I'm gonna die for this fucking team, like.
Yeah, no.
I think there's a difference between that and the difference between like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Just passion in the moment.
Yeah.
It can overtake you because when we went to go watch, I remember my mom and Chivo were fucking. They were with us, right? Obviously, we're all sitting in the same area, and this dude next to us who's like Salvadorian, and who Mexican people apparently
pissed
get like the Salvadorian dude was there rooting for the U.S. and he was talking shit the whole game, right? And it was probably a bad idea for us to sit them right next to that dude, but it just happened. They were sitting next to that dude, and the fucking dude was like talking shit the whole game, and then towards the end of the game, we lose the game in like the last fucking 3 minutes or some shit. Devastating, right? All our hearts drop.
Yeah.
And then this dude's just talking shit and like cheering and talking shit. And I remember like Chivo getting up, and he was just like, "Oh, you stop talking!" And they start like yelling at each other, right? And this dude was small, and I'm just like, "Oh man, Chivo's gonna beat the shit out of this dude." So like, and my mom too. Like when they're in that kind of a situation, my mom isn't the kind of person who's like,
just sitting back.
Yeah, let's push him away. She's the kind of person that's like, fuck yeah, you kick his ass and I'll beat up her wife,
Yeah.
So they're both like that. Then me and my sister are like, yo, stop, we gotta like move.
And your younger brothers haven't really seen them like that, right?
I mean, my younger brother knows they're not like the kind of people that shy away from a fight.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're just like, nah. So we kind of move them away. But that's just an isolated incident, right? So I can imagine like if the fan groups are talking mad shit in the stands and they just start beating each other up, like how crazy it can get.
I don't know. How you going to be El Salvadorian and go for the U.S., Like, probably don't even have a green card and shit,
I think it's just because they're talking. He just wanted to be like, people who go to those games, they just like to root against like the bigger fan base because like the stadium was full of Mexico fans. So I'm sure he's just like a fucking troll.
And I'm the first type of guy to like legalize people that are undocumented, right? But like, come on now, like kissing ass there or something. I don't know what's going on there,
Yeah, soccer rivalry's crazy. But you're right. I don't see myself like storming the field and beating the shit out of or killing someone. because my team lost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's a high chance. There's a higher chance than usual that Mexico won't go to the World Cup this year, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit.
But the U.S. is like a little bit higher in going, right? And if they went, I'd have to cheer for the U.S. team, bro.
I wouldn't cheer
I'm
for
a
the
proud
US
American.
team. I would never cheer for the U.S. soccer team. I am a proud American, but I separate, like, teams. Like, sports and shit isn't what I, like, hang my American pride on, I guess. You know what I mean? That like, sports-wise, it comes more from, like, the Mexican side of my family, I guess. Especially because you're, like, like indoctrinated, bro. It's kind of like you have no choice. You're Catholic. You have no choice. You like Mexico. And like,
it's funny.
Depending on who your parents are, you have no choice. You like their soccer team.
It's funny because, like, usually it's, like, the dad that's, like, super into soccer and shit. But in my family, it's, like, my mom knows, like, a lot of shit about Mexican soccer.
Yeah, dude, I got mad respect for your mom's soccer fanness. Because, like, she reps hard for her team, and then she reps hard for her local city team, which is, like, how it should be. Yeah, you should like your team you like, and then support the team, like, from where you're from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're all diehard, actually.
Yeah, her whole family, right?
Yeah.
Your uncle fucking goes fucking hard in the paint.
Fuck yeah, dude. When we went to California, I wasn't even there for the game. I was just there for the trip. But my mom and dad went, and then my uncle went, and I guess he waited outside, like, the team's fucking hotel to get, like, his shirt signed and flags and shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
Shit was crazy.
I want to go watch because Ronaldo and Messi and shit are probably going to move to the MLS soon.
That'd be
in the next couple of years,
yeah,
and I gotta watch them play.
Retirement league.
Like I'm gonna go watch them play somewhere, Salt Lake, Seattle, wherever the fuck they're at, dude. I gotta see it.
Old people move to Florida to retire, but fucking soccer stars move to fucking the U.S.
Yeah, but there's some people that you gotta see play even if they're not in their prime. You know, like
legends.
Like even like a LeBron James. You know, like I feel like I have to see him play before he retires.
Fuck.
Maybe go watch him play in Utah too.
My brother went to a Portland game, and the Lakers happened to be playing the Portland Trail Blazers, and LeBron wasn't there that day. That sucks.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. Because
he's
he's
like,
a Lakers fan, right?
Yeah. He's like, LeBron wasn't even there, man. I was like, fuck, that sucks, dude.
That would piss me off, dude. I'd be so mad. It's worse because, like, I get, you know, athletes are always all like, we need rest days too. You can't just play every game, right? But then at the same time, people like us who live in cities where we don't have a team have to travel 6 hours to go watch a team. And if the players you want to see play don't fucking play.
That sucks.
Right? It's like if you're a Lakers fan and you didn't get to see Kobe play, you'd be like, fuck. Right? If you're trying to go see him.
Yeah.
It would be so fucking devastating.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're better than Utah. I don't know why we don't have a fucking pro sports team.
I think Utah has, it's just population, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think Utah has like.
Salt Lake is like bigger than here.
Yeah, Salt Lake's way bigger than here. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
Like as soon as like, we're in that phase where like all the cities are just close enough, but there's still like that little blank space in the between them.
It's going to be a pretty fucking. You're not gonna be able to tell where Meridian is compared to Boise pretty soon, you know.
But we should have got something like a fucking XFL team or something.
Something, yeah.
Vince McMahon could have put a team here, motherfucker.
Yeah, what the fuck, Vince? Don't you like potatoes?
Well, even all our teams leave. Remember, we had an arena football team and they left.
Yeah.
And we had
It's not enough support.
We had a G League basketball team.
You know what's always been true? Steelheads.
The fucking hockey team.
Yeah.
Because the Idaho Stampede, the like basketball team, that was like the G League for the Jazz.
Thing, no?
Well, they moved.
Oh, they did.
They moved cities, but we used to have them here, and they were the G League team for the Jazz.
Like they moved cities in Idaho?
No, they're in fucking like somewhere in Oregon now or some shit, I think.
Really? I had no idea it was the G League for the Utah.
Our fucking city has plans, or like they've had proposed plans to build a soccer field downtown and try to get a NSL team or some shit. That'd be dope.
They moved to Salt Lake City, bro.
Yeah, see, I told you.
And now they're the Salt Lake City Stars.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Why
can't we have anything?
We lose all our good. We have BSU, but they fucking haven't been good since. Well, they're good, but like the hype of BSU when Kellen Moore and like Ian Johnson, like that like 6-year span, you know, when like
died.
When BSU was fucking crazy and everybody was watching everything.
Everybody was a BSU fan.
Yeah, and then it kind of like died off when the coach left and shit.
I'm gonna go to BSU.
I mean, they're still good, but like people didn't have like that hype. They weren't like making that big impact in the football world.
Yeah, just in the sports world in general,
Yeah, they were all over ESPN back then, but now it's just kind of. Haven't even been to a BSU game in like years.
BSU's undefeated.
I think I've been back then. I went to a game.
My uncle goes all the time, bro. Even still.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like shocked.
It's probably cheap, right? What's it cost? Like $40 to go to a BSU game?
I don't know. You buy a student ticket for $20 or something.
That's fucking dope. All right, we're gonna move on to the fucking hypothetical for this episode.
Question.
Yeah, it's a fucking question, dude. For this episode, if we lived in a simulation, would you want to know?
No.
Why or why not?
I wouldn't want to know because, like, it's a fucking weird thing. I've thought about it before. We're like, I think we're a simulation.
Right.
But it's like, I don't want to believe it.
Okay.
You know, because it's like weird because I forgot what movies like kind of did like a storyline based on that where like
The Matrix?
no,
Well,
they
The
were like
Matrix
broken
does.
into different sanctions basically, and like each sanction, like one of them were the protectors, one of them were like the smart people, one of them was like the working population and shit.
Uh-huh.
And then at the end you find out that like one like society above everybody's like controlling everything. It's kind of like Hunger Games but not,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
because it was more fucking
It's like a society
divided.
that just put all these people apart to see how it would work.
Yeah, basically like an experiment, right?
Uh-huh.
And I always wonder that too, bro, because like we only know about society or like life here on Earth,
Yeah.
but there's no fucking way we can be the only living beings in the whole universe.
I just saw a fucking video of like where they show you know how they do those videos of like how deep the sea really is and like how big the universe really is.
Yeah.
I watched the one about how big the universe is, right? And like it like zooms out
Scary.
and then zooms out and then zooms out and like it shows you this big ass thing where there's like infinite galaxies and like we're like it like highlighted the spot like that we know of or like that we can see or whatever, and it's
a
like
grain of salt.
it's like a little grain, right? And I was like, there's no fucking way.
It's
There's
like
no life.
Scary, bro, because when you think about it too, like there can be like no ending, right? Like for us, this apartment, it like closes off, right, to everything else.
Uh-huh.
But there's no close off to the universe, bro. Like, you know, it still opens and opens and opens and shit. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, they don't even you know how they referred to it in the video as the observable universe, because they can only show you as far as has been observed. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a possibility that what we can observe is a speck,
In the rest.
but they just can't see it
Yeah,
with their
it's a trip.
telescopes or whatever the
It's a
fuck they're
fucking
using.
trip, bro.
And that makes, when I see that, it makes me think maybe simulations are real, right? Because like if there's all that infinite space and they haven't found life or whatever, or there's no proof of other life, it's really easy to be like, well, maybe we're a simulation, and that's all just like the data around us, you know, to like.
And then it takes like light years to get there, which is trippy too. Because a light year is like, it's a trip, bro. It's like how fast light travels or whatever in a year.
Yeah, because there's a probe out there, and it's traveling at like a certain speed, and it's gonna take it like 70,000 years just to reach the end of our galaxy,
Universe or
our
whatever.
galaxy, not even our universe, just our galaxy, like the Milky Way.
Yeah, it's a fucking trip, man. So yeah, I wouldn't want to know. It's just like, I just want to live my life and die, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Have you seen The Matrix at all?
No, I've never seen The Matrix.
Well, there's this
Don't come for me.
in The
people.
Matrix. There's this part, right, where like specifically the guy who betrays them, because they all get taken out of the simulation
Uh-huh.
and they're living in the real world, which is fucking garbage in The Matrix. The real world is so trash compared to the Matrix world.
Yeah.
And they're fighting like this war, and then one guy, he sells them out, and he sells them out so he can live in the Matrix again and eat a steak in the Matrix and like live life in the Matrix, you know, right? Because he prefers that to like that shitty ass existence they have.
Yeah.
And watching that made me think too, like, yeah, why the fuck would I ever want to leave? Like, if I'm here and I think here is real, like that makes it real, right? Even if like I lived my whole life here and like at the very end I found out it wasn't real, like my experiences and everything, it's not like they go away.
Exactly, yeah.
I still had them. I still fucking enjoyed all that shit. I still was able to like have the sensation of eating something or tasting or doing something, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So like the only way I would leave the Matrix if that shit was real is like if I had a guarantee that like where I'm going is better.
than what's here. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got to be an upgrade, you know? Like I need like a +1 on everything. Cuz if I just leave and it's the same shit, then what's the point? My life is here.
Well, I'm gonna be honest too. If you are a simulation and you find out, then you're just a pawn. Like they can turn off the switch like that.
Yeah, because even if you do leave, right? Like it's not like you're the up top of whatever their society is.
Fuck no.
You're the dude they fucking experimented on.
Yeah, exactly. You're like bottom tier shit.
Yeah,
you're the plankton of the fucking simulation. So
you're at the bottom, but at least in the simulation, you're like mid tier.
Yeah, that's an intense ass question, bro. Cause like I was talking to this girl the other day at work, and she was talking about how like sometimes she'll like she won't go to bed and she'll just be up thinking like random shit.
Yeah, people
and
have
I was
that.
like, that's like the darkest time, bro. Cause yeah, I'll sit there and I'll be like, fuck, is this real? Like, shit, I'm gonna die. Like get into some heavy shit, bro. And like it gets kind of scary, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I've done that shit. I stay up late sometimes, and I put myself in like weird ass like hypotheticals that
like
are like so
headspace,
like a weird headspace. Like I've seriously thought about like, not seriously, but like I've had thoughts of like, what if my brother or my sister, like if you had to like save their life, right? And then I go through this whole scenario in my mind where like, how would I go about saving their life?
What if you could only save one?
And it's not real at all, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, but you have those fucking weird ass thoughts sometimes when you're just doing nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
But in terms of the Matrix, yeah, fuck no. I'd rather be here.
Yeah.
Unless they tell me for sure it's better. And like, I also wouldn't want to lose all the relationships, like if I go there and like all of a sudden my family like isn't there, it's like, what the fuck? I'm just alone out here.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, bro. That's why death is just such a weird thing, right? Because you don't know what's next.
People like, there's a theory that's leaving the Matrix.
Really?
Yeah, like you die and then like what is perceived as heaven, if you don't believe in religion, is like you going outside the Matrix to like whatever the next thing is. Science is confusing though. They got all kinds of weird ass theories.
Yeah, like the Big Bang Theory.
There's like a theory that like fucking the world exists. Like if you basically, like the way they explained it was like if you boil a thing of water, where we are, like, how you see all the little bubbles at the top?
Yeah.
Our universe and everything we've ever known is one of those little specks of bubbles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the whole pot is like the rest
it's huge.
That we can't even fathom.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, bro. So you would want to know or you wouldn't want to know?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, no.
No, leave me in the Matrix unless...
Leave me fucking alone.
Unless it's an upgrade, yeah. Unless I'm getting an upgrade, then I'll leave.
Happy with my life.
But I'm not trying to leave like in the Matrix movie and then live this weird ass like tribal warrior fighting robot shit. Nah.
Yeah. Because I remember in that movie, I think it's called Divergent.
Maybe. I haven't seen it. I've heard of Divergent.
It's really good, bro. And like basically one of the girls, like there's something about her that makes her different than everybody else. And that's what makes her a divergent of like that experiment. So like all the divergents, like they kill. And they only keep like the people that are in line and shit. So it's pretty good, bro. You should check it out. But yeah, fuck death, fuck the world.
It's like a society experiment movie.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like there's movies. I've seen some movies where like they experiment, or like it's like a movie about like what if social scores were real, and every time you meet someone they can give you like a rating out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then that affects like the way your life is lived. Like if you're like above 4, you can live in certain neighborhoods and shit. But if you're not, you have to live in other neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's how it was, because like this girl's parents were like smart people. So they expected her to go to smart people, but she ended up with like the security people, which is like brawny, like fucking
buff
crazy people. Yeah, strong and whatever. But yeah, man, you need to check it out.
There's another one. There's like a movie too that I saw that was like one of those experiment type movies where like everybody who lives in that world at a certain age, you get like matched with your partner like through a website or like a profile, and that's who your like partner is forever.
I think I did remember.
But in that movie, like the guy gets matched with a guy, and they end up having like a gay. Well, they don't think their relationship is real, right? Or like that they think it was a fuck up. Then they become friends, and then they become a real couple. But then later on, they found out it was a mistake, so they end up moving to like the poor side of the society, so they can be like a gay couple, because in like the regular society, they're not allowed.
Because it sounds like you're like describing. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry a little bit.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
I don't know, but I don't know. It's got that one dude from fucking the Maze Runner movies. I don't know his name.
I don't know. I've never seen those movies.
He was on that Teen Wolf show.
Yeah, I still don't know.
I
don't know Teen Wolf. I don't know fucking Maze Runner.
I don't know his fucking name either.
Even though I got a poster in my garage of Maze Runner.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think like movie posters are cool.
Yeah, they do make cool ass movie posters.
Yeah.
I have movie posters in my fucking house. All right, well, that's the fucking end of the episode then.
All right, well, yeah, that's going to do it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
TikTok.
MySpace.
We're not on MySpace.
We're not on MySpace.
We're on fucking TikTok.
Yeah, we're anywhere you can find a podcast. Apple Podcast, Spotify mainly. Pandora, I guess we're on too. So
yeah, but the Pandora one gets a lot of views too. It's weird because like I stopped listening to Pandora after I got Spotify.
Yeah, because Pandora is like random, right? It's like radio.
It's like radio, but I think when you listen to a podcast, you can listen to it in order.
I wonder if it like suggests us randomly. That'd be cool.
Like to people's feeds?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be a thing. I think Spotify kind of does that too, but I think that's only if you don't have like the curated like
audience or whatever.
Yeah, or like because it like curates. Curate.
Yeah.
Curates. That's a weird ass fucking word.
Curates.
Shit for you. So I think if our shit's kind of similar, then it does it.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well that's gonna do it for this episode. Peace.